This episode of AskJay is brought to you by Audible. What kind of school should you go to be an entrepreneur? I'm Jay Adelson, and I'm the founder and chairman of Revision 3. I've started and built a number of companies. My goal in this show is to pass on some of the knowledge from my experiences to you, the budding entrepreneurs, and hopefully leave you with some words of wisdom. Today's question comes from Jay in Missouri, who asks, "Dear Jay," great name by the way, "what schooling, if any, do you recommend?" Well, Jay from Missouri, there are a lot of options, obviously, and it's great that you're asking this question because I do think that, certainly for the majority of folks out there, school is a great way to go. So assuming that what you want is to start and run a business, I'm going to give you a little bit of a convoluted answer. There's multiple parts to this answer. First thing you have to decide is, what are your strengths? To be an entrepreneur doesn't mean that you, by definition, have to be strong at business up front. What I recommend is figure out what your strength is. It could be that you're interested in business itself as a particular area of study. It could mean that you're interested in computer science or computer information systems. It could be that you're really interested in art design or graphics. And ultimately, these are sort of your passions that drive whatever your idea might be. And you've heard me say over and over again how important passion is to be successful as an entrepreneur. So find those strengths, those interests, those things that make you really excited, and focus school, I would suggest, on those areas. And then supplement, if it's not business, by definition, that is your sole focus, supplement with business. So a good example would be, my education. A lot of folks think I went to business school, and the truth is I did not go to business school. I actually went to college for film and broadcasting. Now, I was interested in a number of things. I was interested in film and broadcasting and radio and that whole universe. I was also interested in computer science. I was a big hobbyist in telecommunications and internet. Oh, well, at the time, really just telecommunications, because there really was no internet yet. But anyway, the point I'm trying to make is I pursued those interests because I was curious. It motivated me to learn more. And then I used those interests as the basis for entrepreneurship. And then I did take courses, and I learned from people the business skills. Later on, I supplemented on top to basically help me through. Common practice is entrepreneurs, I hear about it all the time. They go through the process of getting a degree in their area of interest. They start businesses, maybe they start multiple businesses, and then they go back and get an MBA. There are a lot of debates on whether an MBA is the right way to go, but one thing is for sure, it's not a requirement to be an entrepreneur. It is a great set of tools to use as a business leader, and I think could be very useful to you in the future. So I'll give you a little bit more information on how to figure out what school, what kind of education to pursue in a minute, but first I want to thank our sponsors. This episode of AskJay is brought to you by Audible. Audible.com is the leading provider of downloadable digital audiobooks and spoken word entertainment. Audible has over 100,000 titles to choose from, to be downloaded to your iPod, MP3 player, and played back anywhere, anytime. Choose from books in every genre: science fiction, thrillers, drama, comedy, business, history, and more. I just downloaded Stephen Levy's book, In the Plex: How Google Thinks, Works, and Shapes Our Lives. And you can pretty much get this book for free if you sign up now. Go to audiblepodcast.com/AskJay to get a free audiobook download of your choice when you sign up today. Again, audiblepodcast.com/AskJay gets you your free audiobook. I talk to students all the time about pursuing their interest in entrepreneurship in college, and I've found that there are some really incredible programs out there at some of the schools around entrepreneurship. So find a school that has one of these entrepreneurship programs. You know, University of Michigan has their Center for Entrepreneurship, is just an example, and there are many, many others out there. And you could use these programs as a way to, say, pursue one area of study and then also focus on the crossover necessary skills to be an entrepreneur. And often they have you start businesses as part of those programs, and they're really wonderful ways to go. And so I definitely think finding programs like that is great. In absence of that, good schools that have exposure to the complete picture, so that if you have multiple interests, like not just engineering, but also, you know, something related to the arts or to business, it's nice to go to a school that could offer you both. And you know, I went to Boston University. They had an incredible diverse set of colleges and classwork that I could take, and I was welcome to do so. So definitely look for these programs around entrepreneurship, but also look for schools that could give you exposure to more than just one area of study. Thanks for joining us today on AskJay. We love your questions. AskJay@revision3.com. You can ask on Twitter @Jay Adelson, or just continue the conversation, answer the questions yourself if you want, or just tell us what you think about my answers. I'd love to see it on the Twitter. And then also YouTube, AskJay Adelson channel on YouTube is a great way to post a video question. We love to see those, and we'll put you on the air. So, thanks for joining us, and until next time.